Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Bulgarian workout. And today was a little harder than yesterday. You know, yesterday was one of those days where it was my second real training day of the week, because again, Sunday's my lighter day. And I just blew through it. You know, I'd had a lot of salt the day before, had extra sodium in my diet, put some bloat on me, and it made my lifts really easy. Like, nothing was over RPE 9, knocked out all 5 lifts. Easy, nothing difficult at all. Nothing difficult. Today was a little harder. Not on every lift. The bench press and the chin-ups and everything were fine. Even the press wasn't terrible. I'll get to that in a minute. But the squat, like remember I said yesterday, my 480 squat, I could have gone heavier. Today, I would say it's probably the heaviest squat single I've done in 2 to 3 weeks. So the 480 was definitely heavy today. I'd put it up there at again, RPE 9.5. RPE 9.5. I could have gone a little heavier, but if I had gone any heavier than the 480 today, it would have been one hell of a grinder. And I mean, I just felt that. I mean, it felt heavier on my way down. I noticed on the eccentric, you guys noticed on my eccentric, there's almost like a slightly different bar path on the way down, and you can tell I'm really struggling with it a little bit. I mean, not struggling in the sense of a true all-out competition max, but it's definitely heavier than it has been the other 2 days, and definitely heavier than yesterday. Yesterday was really clean, really easy. I walked away without even feeling fatigued. Today was just a bit harder. And you know what, guys? These workouts are going to go like this. The funny thing about it, though, I was still feeling good about it. Like, there are days when I do occasionally dread squatting, but this week on the squatting has gone really well. And I've had a good attitude towards it. You know, it's like I look forward to the squat. And even though this one was challenging and it felt heavy today, right? It felt heavy. I didn't walk out from under it going, oh man, that was tough. I walked out from under it going, well, that was a little heavy, but I'm glad I did it. You know, I feel like I'm challenging myself now. This is getting a little tougher. I feel like I'm actually having to put some work in. You know, and it's a good thing. And even like I'm looking at it going tomorrow morning, I'm not even dreading doing my squats then. I just want to keep moving forward. You know, keep moving forward. I want to get my goals. I want to see this progress. I want to get stronger. I want to get better. Day in, day out. You know, day in and day out. I did feel fatigued near the end of this workout, though, and I skipped my second chin up, and I'll get to that in a minute. Bench press, I felt okay today. There was a lot of distraction, though. We had company over while I was training, so there was a lot of other noise, outside stuff going on in the place. A lot of conversation. As Brittany, she had one of her friends over, and you know how girl talk is. Trying to train, and you got them chatting. So slightly distracting, and I don't know. I didn't really think about my lifts today. And that's probably why, because I could hear conversation going on in the next room over while I'm training. And so I just kind of went through them today. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't focused. You know, I just kind of went through the motions of my lifts. But nonetheless, I got everything. And like I said, the bench wasn't that bad today. It almost feels like, in spite of the weight loss, the bench is doing okay. Like, the bench is doing okay. You know, I might be able to, coming up here soon, depending on, again, what happens with strength versus the scale, I might start micro-loading on back up. I mean, I've already said that if I drop all the way down under 220 and my bench is still 315 close grip pause, I'm not going to worry about it because I know it'll go up from there. Right? I know it'll go up. But, I mean, if I can increase it without hitting any major grinders, that's not going to be a bad thing. It's not going to be a bad thing at all. And I lost all but a pound of that bloat today. So I'm still holding like 1 extra pound from the salt. I ate a little more salt yesterday. I'm trying to get a little better about that, salting my food a little more. Particularly in a caloric deficit, you really need to be getting sodium, potassium, magnesium. Magnesium is really easy. Like, I always hear people talk about that, oh, you need to supplement magnesium. I have no trouble hitting double the RDA on magnesium at all. Because, I mean, I don't eat a lot of junk food. You know, there's a lot of people out there who seem to think I do. They don't realize what I eat. Today was chicken and potatoes and Greek yogurt with a little bit of natural peanut butter, just to get some fat in my diet. That's what I ate. There's a lot of potassium in potatoes. A lot. You eat 5 pounds of potatoes, 1,500 calories worth of potatoes. That's almost 1.5 times the RDA on potassium. But yeah, that bench went up pretty easy. No problem. Chins weren't bad today either. Honestly, the bench and the chin-ups felt okay. My press felt heavy. The squat felt really heavy. The chin-ups were fine. So as normal, I do a body weight, then I do a 45, then I do a pair of 45s. I'm thinking at this point, though, next week we may look at going ahead and adding 5 pounds to the chin, especially if the scale is down another pound. I need to go ahead and start increasing this just to make sure that I'm staying ahead of the weight loss so that I'm actually progressing on the chin-up. Fortunately, chin-ups aren't as affected by body weight, but this is one of those lifts that you'll see guys who will cut a lot and they can still chin the same amount of weight. Like, you'll see guys drop 20 pounds of body weight, their bench might go down 20 pounds. We've seen that happen with a lot of YouTubers, but their weighted chin-up will go up 20 pounds with the body weight loss because, again, they're just compensating for it. It doesn't have the same leverages involved. So fortunately, chin-up is one of those exercises, a weighted chin or a weighted pull-up, that just doesn't seem to be affected that much by body weight, for a number of reasons. Again, it doesn't rely on extra leverages from it for the most part. It doesn't use any lower body. So again, even some muscle loss in the lower body and things aren't going to affect it. All in all, again, one of those exercises, you should be able to progress on the chin up on a cut is what I'm basically saying. And it should be more than your scale loss. In other words, losing 10 pounds of body fat on a cut, you could probably still go up more than 10 pounds on a chin up. It's one of those lifts that you shouldn't be losing strength on, just in my experience over the years. The press, I don't know, my press felt slightly heavy ramping. Like the 185 felt a little heavy. It's like my shoulders are really feeling fatigued. I think because I had such a good bench day, that extra speed on the bench gives extra muscle fiber recruitment. And that's something people need to remember too. A fast explosive lift recruits more muscle fibers, even with the same weight. Contrary to what you guys think, your grinders do not, with the same amount of weight, your grinder, your 5-second rep, doesn't recruit as many muscle fibers as a 1-second rep would have with the same weight. That's just reality. So I think some of those fast benches is starting to fill it in my delts and upper chest and stuff with the muscles I need for the press. So like on the press today, you guys will notice it dips a little at the top after I lock it. It's because I was trying to hold the lockout and it started coming back down. I'm like, damn it, no, I'm relocking it back out for a second or two, because I wanted to hold that lockout for several seconds, and I unlocked and it dipped back down. One of the things too I've noticed, I think because my hands aren't really as far back as they look once I'm at the top, I think that's partially the fisheye lens from the GoPro. Makes things look a little different than they are. It's funny. It's just something I've noted. But yeah, kind of you saw what happened there at the top. So what happened? Why did I stop there? Because I look at it this way. Worst case scenario, we do what? 3 lifts on a Bulgarian. 3 lifts in one day for me. That's for me. Doesn't mean for you. Most of you guys who have full-time jobs, careers, all that stuff going on. I mean, I'm a YouTuber by profession these days. A lot of you might have to limit to 3 lifts. And you know what? If you can get 3 lifts in 5 days a week doing this sort of system as someone with a full-time career and a family, that's fantastic. I applaud that. That could be done really easily. Actually, that should take you 30 minutes. I'm not going to lie. My workout A is a 30-minute workout. If I don't goof off between exercises and I just go straight into the next exercise with a 5-minute break, it's 30 minutes, guys, because the ramp ups don't take that long. It takes less than 10 minutes to get to your peak set, right? It takes less than 10 minutes. The longest breaks after the final warm up. You figure 5 minutes to do your 3 warm ups, then a 5-minute break, then you hit your peak set, and sometimes you can go right into the warm ups on the next exercise. So, I mean, you're looking at 30 minutes to do 3 lifts. So 3 isn't bad. I try to get 5. Today I got to my 4, and I don't know, my shoulders and everything just felt fatigued. My grip felt fatigued because I got to do grip work later. I did a bunch of grip work yesterday, and my hands hurt a little bit. I'm like, I've got to save something for the grip work. I've already done a chin up. I have to do grip work every day at this point. I cannot neglect it when I'm not deadlifting. It has to be done. It's not optional. Or when I start deadlifting again, coming up in about 9 or 10 weeks, what's going to happen? I'm going to suck. I'm going to flounder out, and, I'm going to feel disappointed, and then it's going to give people reasons to shit talk and all that stuff. So grip work has to be done. I've got to do something for my grip every day, even if it's just play with my pinch blocks, even if it's mess with the hook grip. So, that's what I have to do. So I decided, let me leave a little bit of energy in the tank instead of doing a chin up. Let me save something for my grip work, because my hands really hurt today. and I can't skip the grip work. So I've already done a chin up. I'll just do extra grip. It'll be fine. I did 4 lifts, hit all my target numbers, so that's good enough for the day. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.